Ladies and gentlemen, this is your Impact Wrestling Report for May 18th, 2017. If you don't know who I am, well, ladies and gentlemen, I am the Mark of the Masses, the Man with the Plan. Big Ray here to stay to talk some Impact Wrestling today. And ladies and gentlemen, I am always joined here by the steady hand of OneWrestling.com. Yes, our cameraman, Carl, who is here in my home office, ladies and gentlemen. I am doing it from my home office. Yeah, usually I don't do it from my home office. Usually I do it from the office of OneWrestling.com, but it is a beautiful day here in New York City. 90 degrees. Bill Apter gave us the day off, so I'm lucky enough to actually get a chance to do this. Ladies and gentlemen, it's going to be a little bit of a speed run through this review. Maybe not. I'll probably go about 20 minutes as usual. But anyway, guys, last week, El Patron, Alberto Del Rio, became your new GFW World Heavyweight Champion. And he wants to take the TNA Impact Wrestling Championship, which is basically what's been going on over last week. And LAX had a funeral for, the decay. Anyway, so look, guys, we start off this week with a GFW Tag Team Tournament. And I've already expressed to you how I feel about the fact that they're doing a GFW Tournament on Impact Wrestling Television. I think it's ridiculous, but again, that's my opinion, guys. And again, it's all about your opinions. Please leave your comments here below at OneWrestling.com or One Wrestling Video on YouTube, or you can hit me up on Twitter at Big Ray Show, Bill Apter on Twitter at Apter1Wrestling, or us as a family here at One Wrestling. Ladies and gentlemen, we jump right into this. We have LAX Santana and Ortiz versus Conan. Well, not versus Conan. Conan Diamante accompanied Garza Jr. and Laredo Kid, and of course, don't forget, I forgot the other young man's name. He was all over the place. He actually Homicide. The fans were really going. And they were really cheering LAX. These guys were supposed to be the bad guys, or the heels of the night, but it is what it is, man. I mean, LAX is over, guys. People love LAX. People love the bad guy, and they are really digging this faction. And I think no matter what Impact Wrestling wants to do, they want to make these guys really horrible people. Unfortunately for them, or maybe fortunately, LAX is, like I said, over, and people were going for them. Even though this was a solid match, guys, a lot of quick chain wrestling. Again, you know, there was a beautiful double moonsault that Garza did, and he did it from the ring post out onto the floor. Solid chain wrestling. It was more of a lucha style match. Really, really good. Outside Homicide would get involved over and over again with clotheslines and just getting at, you know, the opposition. And of course, Garza shows off the burrito, which I'm not a big fan of. I know you, Carl, are. I'm joking, all right? Don't get emotional and ridiculous. You're silly. Anyway, we're like, he does like Garza's burrito. It is what it is. Anyway, doesn't matter. I don't judge. It's the year 2017. In the end, Diamante, the female of the bunch, actually does an amazing Hurricane Rana from the. She does it from the ring apron onto the floor, and she actually gets Garza out of action. After that, a beautiful Canadian Destroyer by one of the LAX. I think which one of the LAX guys actually did it? Was it Santana? I think it was Santana. But anyway, he hits a beautiful Canadian Destroyer. They hit their finisher for the 1-2-3. So the LAX moves on. Backstage, we have Bruce Prichard on the cell phone, and Magnus is crying because he lost his GFW title, which doesn't mean a hill of beans, to be honest with you, in my opinion. Again, guys, I really don't know what you think about this whole GFW gimmick. Anyway, Kongo Kong with Laurel Van Ness versus Braxton Sutter with Ali, and this match was some time in the making, and a weird booking for this match. After the match, I guess it was more important what happened after the match, but anyway, Kongo Kong actually goes over here. Let me break this down. At one point, Laurel Van Ness actually hit, well, it didn't hit, but she used her lipstick to draw a heart on the head of Mr. Braxton Sutter. I have no idea why Ali didn't get involved there. I thought that would have been good heat around the ring. But anyway, neither here nor there. Sutter gave Kongo Kong a lot of competition. Kongo Kong is the bigger, stronger of the two. Kongo Kong hits a huge, it looked like a body slam driver. I can't even express what it was, but he hits the 1-2-3. After the match, we had KM, Sienna, Laurel Van Ness, and Kong attacking Sutter and Ali, and they were rescued by my Mahabali Shira. And next week, there will be tag team action. It's going to be Mahabali Shira and Braxton Sutter versus, is it going to be Braxton? Yeah, it's going to be Braxton Sutter versus KM and Kongo Kong. Now, here's the deal. All right, I understand, guys. You want to put over Kongo Kong. Kongo Kong goes over, but this is an ongoing feud. It should have been a double count out. Should have been a disqualification. Should have been anything but a clean pin. It really makes Braxton Sutter look weak. I'm gonna talk more about it on the Impact Rebellion. Depending on when you're watching this video, I'm recording 5/18/2017. Impact Rebellion is, oh, not the Impact Rebellion anymore. I'm sorry, it's the Impact Attack over at binhameen.com. You can actually go search Hacker Hameen on either iTunes, 5-star rating please, or anywhere you listen to your podcast. I like listening on Podbean. Sometimes a Podcast Republic is another good one. Anywhere you guys listen to your podcast, guys, just search Hacker Hameen. I'm going to get into full detail on why I thought this was horrible booking. Hopefully Ben Hameen will actually agree with me. If not, then we'll go to war. He'll probably win because that's like his gimmick, and that's what he does for... Actually, I don't even think it's his gimmick. I think this guy's legit, like, living in a bunker. I'm just saying. Anyway, we had an Ultimate X video package, which I'm really excited that it's back. I'm going to talk about that a little later on. We have Karen Jarrett backstage. Yay. I can't stand Karen Jarrett. Anyway, with Mackenzie Mitchell talking about Davey Richards and the Eddie Edwards incident. And you know, next week it's going to be a mixed tag team match. It's going to be Alicia and her husband, Eddie Edwards, versus Angelina Love. And, of course, her husband, excuse me, Davey Richards. This is going to be awesome. It's going to be good. You know, I'm surprised that Edwards is better. I know that he had to get some work done on his knee. I don't know how they're going to pull this match off if this is actually going to happen. So I'm looking forward to seeing what happens there next week, guys. But either here or there, I'm looking more forward, if that's even a correct term, to see whether Alicia and Angelina actually have good in-ring chemistry. I know Alicia has been training with her husband over the last couple of months, and she's been progressing. She was like a wildcat the other day. So we'll see what happens with that. We have EC3, Ethan Carter III, versus Mr. Sorry about your jam luck. Not jam luck. I'm thinking about food. I haven't eaten yet today, guys. I am so hungry. Anyway, not your problem. It's my problem. Carl, I understand there's catering, but I can't. What? I can't right now. God, that looks so good. He's eating freaking calzone. I can go for one right now. Anyway, Cowboy James Storm versus Ethan Carter III with Magnus at ringside for the commentary. And I gotta be honest with you, I think Magnus is so much... He's such a better heel than a good guy. I mean, I love him as a good guy and everything like that, but he's just very arrogant and smug. His in-ring ability is unbelievable, and the guy he's a total package. Good looking, good body, good height, good weight, so on and so forth, size. Magnus has what it takes. I don't know why WWE never signed this guy. That's their loss. Anyway, Cowboy starts the match off. Now, last week, he got the living hell beat out of him with that strap. If you go on his Instagram right now, let's search Cowboy James Storm, you'll see that his back was ripped to shreds, man. It was the reddest thing I've ever seen in my life, and I've seen some pretty red things. I'll keep that to myself. But anyway, yeah, man, he tries to get back at Ethan Carter III. Storm, at one point, Storm grabs the belt on the outside of the ring, and he's about to get some payback. But Magnus gets involved in the match. This actually coaxes Bruce Prichard to come out, and he actually tosses Magnus out of the ring, or out of the ringside, whichever you want to say. But it's your turn, basically. Anyway, excuse me. Ethan Carter hits the TK3. He could have pinned him right there, but he decided not to. Hits a second TK3. Now, the referee, Stifler, tries to get involved, and oh my God. Stifler. Every time I hear Stifler, I think of, you know, American Pie, MILF. Anyway, maybe a lot of you guys are too young for that. You don't know what that is. But anyway, Ethan Carter III tears the referee's shirt off of Brian Stifler after knocking him down and proceeds to beat the living hell out of him with the leather strap. Now, we have security come down to the ring and, of course, a couple of Impact Wrestling officials. And Bruce Prichard comes down to break everything up. Bruce Prichard actually tells Ethan Carter III to get some balls, grow some balls, obtain some balls, procure some testicles. Ethan Carter III did not like that. He grabbed Bruce Prichard by the head. Do you remember the World Series? Or I think it was a playoff. I'm sorry, the American League Championship when the Boston Red Sox were playing the Yankees, and Pedro Martinez took Don Zimmer and darted him directly into the ground. Well, that's what happened to Bruce Prichard. He got darted face first. If you don't know what I'm talking about, Google it. That's what I always say. We have another Spud video of Rockstar Spud, a little more inspirational, because guess what, guys? And gals. I know a lot of you gals actually watch too. I know my beautiful Jennifer L. Lovely, she watches this too. But next week, Hornswoggle, formerly Hornswoggle of WWE, he is coming after him, and the doctors have told him, look, man, you should not wrestle. You should not, no, shouldn't wrestle. But he is going to wrestle next week, ladies and gentlemen. So this is going to be very, 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 very interesting. We have for the GFW, another freaking GFW championship match. What am I watching? Am I watching Carl, am I watching Global Force or is it GFW? That's what I thought. I don't know. It is what it is. It's becoming redundant. Hopefully by Slammiversary, all these titles get dissolved. No more GFW. I hope it's not going to be like GFW presents Impact Wrestling by Anthem. Anyway, it's probably going to be that. I would love to know what you guys think. Anyway, ODB versus Sienna, defending her title with KM in the corner, but she didn't need KM. ODB controlled most of this match. ODB was quite dominant, but at the end of the match, ODB tries to fly, and giant birds don't fly well. Just ask the ostrich if you guys live in what the hell? What continent has ostriches? Australia? Anyway, Africa. Yeah, that works. Oh, whatever. Anyway, there's an ostrich by you. Ask if he can fly. If he can or she can, well, then you know why ODB didn't do well at flying. She tries a high crossbody off the top rope or off the second rope and misses. Lands on her tummy. Well, knees first, actually. And Sienna gets up and hits her with the finisher for the 1, 2, 3. Sienna hitting her with the silencer. Boom. It's kind of like a bounce. Worst finisher in Impact Wrestling. Again, my opinion. So it is what it is. She goes over. She defends the title. We have JB. And JB gets his own intro music. And he actually comes down to the ringside. And Josh Matthews is tight. He is pissed. Tight like a tiger. He is very, very upset. He wants to know why JB is there. Well, JB says that he has purchased, or he has purchased, he has obtained an attorney. And I said to myself, God, please don't be him. Don't be Joseph Park. Don't be Joseph Park. Don't be Joseph Park. And it was, in fact, Joseph Park. I'm going to get into that a little more on the Impact Attack with Ben Hameen tomorrow, depending when you're listening to this or watching this. But Joseph freaking Parks comes down. And I like the fact that Josh Matthews said, look, we're not kids. We know you're Abyss. You're freaking Abyss. And Joseph Parks said, look, you know what? Oh, he freaking buried Bully Ray, calling him a freaking mid-card. He said, yeah, remember when I beat that mid-card in the ring? I don't know, man. Bully Ray's a real deal, man. He's a tough guy. I'm shocked that he actually called him out that way. Maybe there's some heat backstage. Got to find out. We will find out a little bit more about that, and I'll report it, preferably on the podcast. So we'll talk about that tomorrow or whenever you listen, whenever you listen to the podcast. But anyway, Joseph Park wants to fight Josh Matthews, and he says, look, it's going to be me and my partner, JB, and we're going to fight you and whatever partner you decide to pick. I wonder who this partner is going to be. I think it's going to be Lashley. Hopefully it's going to be somebody that actually hasn't been in Impact Wrestling, maybe like a surprise guest or something like that. Maybe a one-shot deal. It would be cool. I would love to see who Impact is going to bring in. I'm going to ask you guys who you think right now. Let me know. Hit me on Twitter or just hit me up right down here. Who do you think Josh Matthews should bring in to be his partner for that match at Slammiversary? I think it's going to be really interesting, guys, and I would love to hear your opinion on it. And then whatever you guys tell me tonight, whatever I see here, I'm going to actually bring it up to Ben tomorrow on the podcast or whenever you're watching this, like I always say. I don't know off the bat. I have to really think about it. That wasn't a glitch, by the way. I just repeated myself. I have to really think about it, and then I did it again. Who would be a great partner for Josh Matthews? I'm thinking somebody that he's probably worked with in the past, maybe in the WWE. I don't know. I mean, it could be anybody, and the options are infinite because you have a lot of people that are not working right now. So I would love to see who Josh Matthews brings in, guys. You know what? I didn't think this was going to be interesting. I didn't think it was going to be any fun to watch. I didn't think it was going to be entertaining. But I think this has been pretty entertaining TV between the two. So anyway, is what it is there. We have the Ultimate X Championship. We have the main event of the evening scheduled for one fall. Carl did the whole one. See the microphones. Maybe I'll give Carl. Do you want a microphone next week or something? We can do that. We can work something out. Well, maybe next week, guys, you'll actually hear Carl talking. Anyway, we have Loki defending his title versus Andrew Everett and Sugar Shane Helms, accompanying Trevor Lee to the ring, former X Division champion. Why was there no Matt Sydal in this match? I don't know. I mean, this match was awesome. This match was really good. I think this match had a chance to be epic. Loved the match. Excellent match. And Loki needs to take off the suit, guys. Please, seriously. Look, man, he can leave the gloves off. Hey, I got a good idea. Here you go. Take the suit off. He's got a ribbed tank or a wife beater. I want to be politically correct. A black one maybe with the dress pants. That works. He could even have freaking suspenders. I don't care. Okay, leave the gloves on, but when he's ready to really, or put the gloves in his pocket, and when he's ready to do the kill gimmick or whatever, when he's gonna beat your ass, he puts the gloves on. Huh? What do you think? Anyway. But that whole suit thing, I know he's trying to mimic whatever the hell the Hitman game, whatever it is, but it's just not working for me. But anyway, no Matt Sydal really pissed me off. We have both Loki and Everett who get thrown from the ring apron onto the guard railing, which was a really tough spot to watch. Really every time these guys were climbing that freaking structure and they came down, I kept thinking of Jim Cornette. I know it's not the same height, but Jim Cornette falling from the scaffolding when it was the Midnight Express versus the Road Warriors, and he blew out his knees. And every time I watch this match, I think these guys are gonna blow their knees out, man. I get worried about that. There was an awesome kick. It was from Trevor Lee to Loki's face. He punted him like a football. It was awesome. Excellent spot. Really sold it well. Did Loki. Excellent spot. There was a portion of the match where you have Andrew Everett. He's getting close to grabbing the belt, and Lee throws a chair at him. But the funny thing is, the chair hits Lee. Hits Everett, bounces off of Everett, who falls from the structure, and it hits Lee right back on the head. That's actually the sound that it actually made. Let me do it again, just in case you guys didn't hear it the first 2 times. I'd never seen that one before. Pretty funny. There was a double stomp by Lee. Oh yeah, there was a double stomp by Lee, and then a beautiful reverse Franken driver by Everett. Listen, let me tell you something. The double stomp by Lee and the Franken driver are 2 of my very favorite moves. Period. Well done. Awesome. Awesomely executed, I would say. Helms gets involved, hits a huge top rope neck breaker on Andrew Everett while Loki hangs from the structure. And then we have one point where we have Lee standing on the shoulders of Sugar Shane Helms, and Loki takes them both out. Listen, guys, we move on to the end of the match. We have all 3 men on top of the structure, and we have Loki on top of the structure. He climbs to the middle, so both guys are coming. Everybody is congregating to that center where the belt is hanging down. Loki is able to stomp the living hell out of his opponents. Stomps one, knocks one down, stomps the other, knocks the other one down, and takes the X Division title down, defending his title. Listen, guys, this was a great match. I cannot justify or quantify how great this match was. Excellent show. This was a great show. I really enjoyed this show. I will tell you if the show sucked. I will tell you if I didn't enjoy the show. I thought this was a solid show. I thoroughly enjoyed it from the beginning all the way to the end. Not too much talking, and when they did talk, it meant something. It was building towards Slammiversary. Loved it. Loved it. A couple of things I'm looking forward to. Looking forward to the mixed tag match next week with Alicia and Angelina Love and their two husbands, and Eddie Edwards and Davey Richards. Looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to Rockstar Spud to see what the hell he does with Swoggle, and hopefully he gets a sledgehammer and just finishes that little punk off. But anyway, I'm looking forward to a couple of things, guys. I'm also looking forward to seeing if Alberto Del Rio is going to be on screen next week. I think he is, and I think there may be a surprise next week on Impact Wrestling. A lot of things going to be happening next week, guys. Please do not read the spoilers. It takes the fun, sucks the fun out of it. Ladies and gentlemen, listen. I say this every week. I would do this for a living, but if I couldn't, I'd do it anyway. Why? Because I love talking wrestling. I love reporting this here for you guys at OneWrestling.com and One Wrestling Video on YouTube. Guys, give me a follow at Big Ray Show. Give us a follow at One Wrestling. Give Bill After a follow at After One Wrestling. Ladies and gentlemen, look, in the words of the legendary Bill After, we'll see you at the matches. In the words of my brother Bill Schuyler in heaven, ladies and gentlemen, I will see you down the road. And don't forget to check the Impact, No, Carl. It's not that anymore. The Impact Attack. Search Hacker Hameen wherever you listen to your awesome audio content. Ladies and gentlemen, I will see you very soon. Love you guys. Peace.